Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of Barnstormer Baseball Cards. We're going to do another installment of our Storyteller series, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about the second time I met Bob Feller and got his autograph on this Upper Deck Baseball Heroes card that you see up here on the right. When I met Mr. Feller for the second time, it was actually here in Overland Park, Kansas, at the Overland Park Convention Center. We used to have shows that came through. We get the Buck Buchanan Sports Carnival. We'd also get some other big promotions that would bring stars that weren't just local, but you could get someone that was, a Hall of Famer from the Cleveland Indians, or maybe someone from the Boston Celtics, which will tie into the story I'm about to tell you here pretty soon. So it was really big draw. Great times, lots of great memories, and an opportunity to meet people that weren't just Kansas City based. Which is really important here in the Midwest, because we don't have a lot of the bigger shows, especially now. In this day and age, we hardly have any shows at all. So it was really important back then to get out, see who you could see, and meet everyone you could meet. So in meeting Mr. Feller on this day, there were actually, to my surprise, I was the first person in line. There were about 3 or 4 people behind me. I'd met him once before. I knew, if you don't know, Mr. Feller was very loquacious. This guy could talk to an old dead tree, and he would make it interesting. Lots of great stories. Loved to talk baseball. Loved to retell and recount many great memories that he had, and I could have just listened to him all day long. So, knowing that he was like that, I decided to skip back in the line and go last. Let everybody go before me. So I let them all cut. I got in the back, and we waited. And you had to wait for a certain time for things to start. These things are managed by companies that bring these guys in. So let's say it was supposed to start at 10. So we're standing there waiting for 10 to come. 10 o'clock comes, and he notices that he's got 5 people in front of him, which blew my mind. I was there for Bob Feller. But Bob Feller on this day was actually the only MLB representative in the entire house. Everyone else was from the Boston Celtics or the Los Angeles Lakers. It was Bill Russell and people like that were there on this day, and their line was out the door. Now, we're University of Kansas country here, so we like our basketball, and a chance to meet the Celtics, especially someone like Bill Russell, is a huge opportunity. So on this day, Bob Feller's line has about 4 or 5 people in it, and everyone else is out the door. So Bob, being a quick wit like he always was, turned to the intern sitting next to him, this young kid, and said, "Hey, do me a favor, go grab a basketball, set that out here in front of me on my table, and let's see if my line doesn't get longer." And we all cracked up. That was hilarious, right off the cuff. Go grab a basketball, set it in front of me, and let's see if we can get my line longer. Absolutely loved it. Classic Bob Feller. So I'm standing in line. He's signing everyone's stuff. I get up to him, and I said, "Man, that was pretty funny. And if you want, I'll go grab you a basketball." And he's like, No. I said, "Well, I met you once before over at the airport. You did an event. We had birthday cake together and things like that. And you talked about your barnstorming days and playing against some of the prison teams and stuff like that over the years." He said, "Oh, yeah." And so he started to retell some of these stories. And he's getting ready to sign my card, and he says, "Hey, what inscription would you like on this?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." And again, this young intern sitting next to him says, "He didn't pay for the inscription." And Mr. Feller turns to him and he said, "Did I ask you if he paid for an inscription? I want to give him one." And I was like, "Let's just do this. Whatever you like to put. I'll be happy to have it. Whatever you normally put, or what you'd be happy to put on there, would be just fine by me." So he wrote on here, as you can see, HOF 62 for his Hall of Fame induction year of 1962. And I was very pleased with that. That poor intern was having a rough day with Mr. Feller. Bob was a character. He was a great storyteller. He was always entertaining to meet. I'm happy to have these stories and to have spent that time with him. I hope you've enjoyed this. One last thing, I've got my 1956 Topps PSA 6 up here. That is my favorite year, my favorite issue of all time. Bob looks great there. He looks great on the Upper Deck Heroes card. They're almost kind of mirror each other, which I didn't realize, so I was getting ready to make this video. But that's my story of meeting Bob Feller for the second time and getting his autograph. And I wish everyone had had the opportunity to meet all these guys and spend the time at them. And when COVID's over, I encourage anyone that wants to get out to the shows and meet anybody that you can. It doesn't have to be Hall of Famers or whatnot, but get out and meet the guys you can, get some memories, take your kids with you, and enjoy these characters and these opportunities that we have while these guys are still with us. So I feel very fortunate to have these things in my life, and I think you will too. So if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm always happy to have you. Thank you very much for stopping by, and everyone stay safe.